It's Kelly Poole to stand over it for the opening kick, and we're underway. The Revolutionaries and the Bearcats here on ESPN Plus, a picturesque Sunday afternoon in the nation's capital. Lumpy in the 00 pink goaltender kit will play it for Maggie Muckenhump. GW team in the preseason poll predicted in the lower third. Of course, the A10 is run by the Billikens, unanimous preseason favorites, but after that it can definitely spread out and take those preseason polls as you will. This is Alex Caldwell, the freshman, was looking to play into the middle for Alexa Minen. Pass intercepted, and the Bearcats will get their first momentum offensively. Clark, the junior. 1v1 down the wing with Caldwell. Inside the 18. And it'll be a corner kick for Binghamton. As they held opponents to less than 100 corner kicks, took 100 of their own, but have been known to give up penalty opportunities inside the 18. Ball back post, drops over, it's loose in front. First clearance is blocked. Binghamton keeps it. Shot blocked once again by the Revolutionaries. It'll drop all the way back. And a long distance chance from Anna Buckwalter, the freshman, will go wide of net for a goal kick. With all the turnover for Binghamton, they still were picked second in America East in the preseason poll. Led by Clark and your captains, Brooke Herbert and Alex Marsteller, losing all three captains from a season ago. And a good mix of youth and experience for this GW side. Long ball pushed forward from the back line from Garofalo. Chance coming, going through the crease in wide. And our first real opportunity of the game goes awry for Binghamton. It'll be a throw-in for the Revolutionaries. And immediately turned over. Binghamton will keep it only for a moment. This is Alicia Window. Is pressured all the way by Hannah Mimis and had to play it back to Lumpy. Window, the senior defender from Manchester in the United Kingdom, along with Amelia Booths, both spent their youth careers in the Manchester City Academy. And both bring a lot of international experience, something we've seen a growing trend here in the Division I game with an influx of international talent. That ball's opened up well by Poole. Caitlin Cunningham will open it up onto the far side, and the Revolutionaries look to go into the final third for the first time today. Poole doesn't win the battle for possession, and Binghamton able to clear it forward only as far as the freshman Julia Bullall. Mockenhump, listening to directions from Lumpy, will drop it back to GW's goalkeeper, and they'll reset. Again, GW already with a game under its belt. Season opener for Binghamton here today in the nation's capital. And the season opener has not been well to the Bearcats, looking to snap a 3 opening game losing streak, as they've all been on the road. Again, Ruud Tulingon are for the team's top 6 scorers, 2 first-team All-America East selections, and all 3 captains. But an impressive array of talent for Neil Bhattacharjee, in his 9th season, has ties to the DMV, a graduate of Maryland, just up the road in College Park. Caldwell once again. Lauren Prentice, the grad student from Tampa. And it'll be possession for Binghamton. Your officials for today: Michael Gorsinger, John Loy, and Christopher Itzweary. Your 3-man crew for this afternoon's contest. Caldwell will get the throw in. And able to just get ahead of a hard-charging Mackenzie Ryder. They'll get it back to Lumpy. GW spent a lot of time in the back half here, just over 6 minutes in. Again, with a new coach, new scheme. Going to take some time for adjustments. A GW team that scored 25 goals a season ago. And Aikaroka led the way with 13 points, 2 goals, 9 assists. It was Kelly Poole with 4 goals and 3 assists in second place. So it's a team that can attack you from many different ways. But had a rough go at the middle of the season, going 6 weeks without a victory. Their lone win in conference came on the final day of the season, a 3-2 win at St. Bonaventure. As they had some heartbreak on senior day against Davidson. They scored on a free kick in the final 10 seconds. Good pressure from the Revolutionaries. Ball pushed into the box. And Williams takes command, the senior out of Clinton, New York, to stifle the first attack from this GW side. Williams, second team All-America East a season ago. 5 solo shutouts and is calm under pressure. Made 7 or more saves in 5 games. Season high of 10 against Vermont and the Catamounts. Lumpy rotates for Bilal. Trying to get on the same page with Maggie Mockenhump, the senior and the freshman, working together. And they've liked to use that right wing so far today. Trying to open it into the middle for Booth, who is activating. And in there, in the midfield, was Megan Baker from Jamesville, New York. And Binghamton will rotate back to Williams once again. Long ball played forward into the midfield. And a misplay from the GW back line. This is Paige Luke. Luke, soft touch forward for Menans. He in front, ball is loose. It's touched it in. Just getting a poke on it was Buckwalter. And the Bearcats will get the goal. Taking advantage of a miscue from the GW backline is Binghamton. And just under 10 minutes in, it's a 1-0 lead for the Bearcats. Binghamton taking advantage, and Anna Buckwalter, the freshman, with her first collegiate goal. And Mimis with the assist. And GW back to work quickly. Caldwell trying to open it up down the wing as they're looking to feed Minen in front. It'll stay with the Revolutionaries. Throw in deep in the final third. They'll play it short of the 18. And they'll be able to draw a corner. First corner of the year for first quarter of the game for GW, they had 6 in their contest with American. 11 shots, 2 of them on goal. Game where both teams had 10-plus shots, so definitely going to be aggressive on the attack. This is swung way back post. Popped up. Coming out is Williams. We'll have to settle in net. It's headed up. Second header almost clear. Ball loose. It's pushed wide. They'll reset. Poole looking to cross. Low in front. And Binghamton gets it out of danger. Window will cross it. No one home. Window pushes forward. Onside play for the Revolutionaries. Back into the box. And Williams will come out to end the Revolutionaries' attack. They go right on the attack after giving up the opening marker to Buckwalter. Just throw it into the box and see what happens. Seemed to be the MO of that string of plays. And the Bearcats settle things down, and Williams will activate along the near side. Prentice there, able to get a deflection, but Buckwalter able to push forward. The through ball played by Paige Luke, not at the best angle. In contact will draw a free kick for GW. Just over 10 minutes in, a 1-0 lead for the Bearcats. GW going to have to play from behind. Looking for an option in front, and it's booted clear. It'll be a throw in. First time GW's played from behind here in 2024. Got the opening marker just over 6 minutes. With just over 6 minutes left in that first half against American. And they were able to answer within 5. 2 goals in the last 6 minutes of the opening half. As it was Salia Koleth, the freshman from Wayne, who had a good chip shot over net, or over the goalkeeper into the net, straight on for the first goal. The UK connection, Windows to Booth down the far side, backtracking Baker, cross into the box, it's a beauty! Utterly will take him down, Prentice puts the shot wide. And Prentice had to take that on the hop. Wasn't able to get the volley off and puts it wide of net. Goal kick for Williams. But good activation from Booth on the right wing. And they'll push again. Window with it. And it goes behind Kelly Poole. Will settle at the feet of Lauren Clark. And you can see the pitch has tilted in the way of the Revolutionaries after the opening tally. Cunningham, pressured by Buckwalter, opens it wide for Booth. And it's poked out. Sophia Braz will get the throw in, the sophomore from Matthews, North Carolina. A transfer in from Miami, coming over with Coach Jeremy Williams. An assistant under former GW manager Sarah Barnes, who went to Miami. Williams went with her to coach down in the ACC. Very familiar territory for him, was a volunteer assistant at Florida State back when they won a national title in 2014. Very impressive resume for the new coach of this women's soccer program. And that ball drops behind Window, racing out to get it Williams, and you see some creativity brewing for this GW offense. And the Bearcats quickly option it forward. Clark offsides. As they're kind of settled in defensively. Lumpy to Bilal. And a foul called on Lauren Clark, who is applying pressure to Caldwell. Very early whistle blown there. It'll get a free kick for the Revolutionaries. And they'll elect to go back to Lumpy and work from the back line. It's very reminiscent of system coach Sarah Barnes had in her time here. Liking to start the build-up from the back line and then push forward. Of course, had talents like Mackenzie Cowley, Meg McCormick, and crew, helping lead this GW side to a regular season title back in 2015. First undefeated slate for this side. Yeah, they're facing a very similar foe who went undefeated last season in the America East here today in Binghamton, up 1-0. Minen heads it forward. Booth tries to poke it wide for Window, giving chases Baker. And this will roll out for a goal kick, last touched by Revolutionary. Just over a quarter hour in, 1-0 our score in favor of Binghamton. Dante Verme here with you. So happy you could join us on ESPN Plus for Game 2 of the 2024 slate for the Revolutionaries. So always a shout out to our fantastic production crew battling the elements here in the nation's capital under the command of Mr. Josh Conwell. Brooke Herbert, the junior, with possession from St. James, New York. An awkward kick from Williams. Window. Minen looks to drop it. Window will get possession back for the Revolutionaries. Caldwell for Cunningham. All the way back for Muckenhump, the senior from Bristow, VA. Far side, Braz pushes forward. Booth, can she keep it in? Unable to do so. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Williams. So Binghamton will reset. Shots are 5-1 in favor of the visitors. This is a nice outlet onto the near side for Clark. Clark 1v1 with the freshman Caldwell. Tries to play a through ball. And Bilal able to get ahead of it. Prentice, Minen, forward for Poole, the lone attacker forward. Looks to open wide, and Baker is there. Paige Luke getting in the way once again of a GW clearance. That's what led to the first goal of the afternoon. Cunningham not liking what she sees. We'll go back to Ainsley Lumpy in net. And they'll work from the back once again. Buckwalter. Good cross onto the far side, contact in the box. Ref says play on. And that's a good play from the freshman Caldwell out of Charleston, South Carolina. Lying in the midfield. 3 goals, 2 assists a season ago for 8 points. Mockenhomp. Good pressure down the line, and staying with it all the way was Baker to draw the goal kick. So Binghamton will work from the back line after the goal kick. Garofalo, the sophomore from Aberdeen, New Jersey. Ball turned over. Minen trying to settle it down on the turf, looking for space. And a little bit too aggressive on the challenge is the Revolutionary. It'll draw a free kick for Binghamton. They'll open on the wing. Lumpy has to drop back in net, giving chase. Is Clark going to be able to keep it in play? And is able to draw the corner. Hard charging back was Caldwell. And it'll draw a second corner kick of the afternoon for Binghamton. They push the back post. Does Binghamton. So corner kick coming. Liner down to the PK spot, and it's mistouched by Baker. Garofalo giving chase. And they'll push it back, looking to go into the box. It's headed clear. And GW will get a moment to breathe as Binghamton will reset. Mimis. Dropped it forward for Clark, opening wide for Buckwalter, the goal scorer on the near side. Buckwalter, 1v1, looks to take the lefty shot. It's blocked in front. Window tried to push it forward for Prentice, but wasn't able to get the best touch. Minen settles for Caldwell. Blau back for Lumpy. And GW will rotate it around. Window. As Binghamton will swing it through Williams onto the far side. Both keepers very active so far in today's contest. As Binghamton likes to try and set things up forward for Clark, who's well off sides. And that will take us to our hydration break here in the first half of play. Hydration break, a 1-0 lead for Binghamton over GW here on ESPN+. We'll be right back. So hydration break here with 21-17 to go in the first half. A 1-0 lead for Binghamton. Shots are 6-1 in favor of the Bearcats. The lone shot for GW coming from Prentice on a great build-up from the UK connection of Window and Booth. And Prentice just played the ball on a mishap and wasn't able to get the best of opportunities off. The lone tally on the day, Anna Buckwalter, her first collegiate goal. As Binghamton taking advantage of a misplay by the GW backline inside the first 10 minutes of action here. The rest whistle blows and players will return to the pitch after the hydration break. Of course, the conditions here for those watching, while picturesque, it is definitely warm on the pitch.
Substitutions in the 24th minute.
Currently here in the nation's capital, it's 82. Feels like 87, about 10 degrees warmer on the pitch with the synthetic turf.
In for George Washington, number 14, Kate McGrath. For number 23, Kelly Poole.
As this will bring changes for Jeremy Williams' side in the Revolutionaries. We get to our first look at Elizabeth Cruz today, the grad student out of Long Island, New York. And coming in up front, Kate McGrath, the sophomore from Coronado, California. A pair of players from the West Coast. And Cruz getting involved quickly. Has a lot of experience. Give and go with McGrath. They'll open things up wide onto the far side. And they ran out of real estate. It'll be a goal kick for Williams. As a trio of subs now coming in for GW. So Window and Minen will be coming off.
In the 25th minute for George Washington.
Along with Booth.
Rose Vibrant replacing number 20, Alicia Window. Number 26, Sayla Kolev replacing number 17, Alexa Minen. Number 15, Jessica Robert replacing number 25, Amelia Booth.
So Kolev, the goal scorer from Thursday into the contest. The freshman from Wayne, Pennsylvania. That will rotate McGrath into the center forward attacking role. Guys, big changes into the midfield, trying to get a boost. Rose Vigran, the sophomore. Kolev looks to open. It's deflected out of touch by Mimis defensively. Cunningham. Bilal. Heavy touch, it'll drop for Paige Luke. Ryder pressured. Mars Teller. Good activation from the second unit up front for the Revolutionaries, forcing Binghamton to go back to net to reset. Drop back for Mockenhop, goes to Lumpy. For GW in game one against American, the only player to play the full 90 was Lumpy in net. Of course, players getting up to speed in game action as that touch is pushed just a hair too far ahead from Mars Teller, out of play. Wygren with an assist on 9 shots, 17 games played a season ago. They tried to push it forward at sitting back defensively. Well, on that far side is Baker. Into the middle for Cruz. Cruz pushes wide for Koleth. Koleth will chip it towards net. It's going to go wide. It'll be a goal kick. Binghamton pushes forward. Buckwalter looking for options, will cross onto the far side. Handball called on the play. It'll be GW possession. Koleth in the midfield. Braz will boot it off. A Bearcat out. Of course, along with new head coach Jeremy Williams, 3 new assistants, Alan Freed, Kaylee Sullivan, and Gary Matabranche. Sullivan, a former GW player, graduating here in 2012, and Matabranche with experience here in the DMV from rival George Mason. And more subs coming for the Revolutionaries. And Binghamton with their first substitution as well. So a new look in the 10 field players outside of Maggie Mockenhomp, who has Arwell Silva, the junior from Lorton, Virginia, back with her. A foul called, a free kick for GW. It's taken quickly by Hope Kudapetro. Coming on as a sub, the sophomore from just down the road in Northern Virginia out of Oakton. Went to Fairfax out of the Concord district.
Replacing number 22, Caitlin Cunningham. Number 21,
Herber.
Pietro. Replacing number 13, Julia Bilal. Number 3, Avril Silva. Replacing number 30.
Mars Teller looking to push forward, and Silva with possession will drop it all the way back to Lumpy.
Number 32, Leah Freeman. Replacing number 8, Lauren Prentice.
And Leah Freeman from Memphis onto the left wing. Under a quarter hour to go here in the first half. It's a 1-0 lead for Binghamton. As we get a look at this, for lack of a better term, second unit for GW. It's pushed forward, taking it on the run. Cruz has good pace. The Bearcats there defensively. Sophia Miller, the first substitution for Binghamton into the game, and the number 5 kid gets a touch, and they get out of danger. Foot race down the far side. Binghamton comes away with it, and they score! Beautiful opportunity taken off the left foot. And they've doubled up their lead here with just under 15 to go in the first half. It's Paige Luke. Luke with the assist. The goal goes to Mimis.
By number 6, Hannah Mimis. Assisted by number 29, Paige Luke.
And Mimas with a goal and an assist today. McGrath fouls Marsteller, get a free kick for Binghamton.
Binghamton substitution number 14, Isabella Martillo, replacing number 17, Mackenzie Ryder.
As the free kick goes up and over, it'll be a throw-in once again for GW. Down by 2 now. As Hannah Schianti will be set to come in as a substitution. 2-0 lead for Binghamton, reigning America East regular season champs for the last 2 seasons, looking for that elusive conference tournament championship. Lost in the final 2 years ago on penalties. Lost in overtime last season after an undefeated regular season. Both times went into the America East tournament as the 1 seed, losing both in heartbreaking fashion at home. Coleth was looking for an option. It wasn't there. And it seems like Binghamton starting to take control here. Allison Favo pushes it forward. Coleth's been busy since she's come onto the pitch, loses her footing and will lose possession. It's Isabella Martillo, one of the subs on, and another sub waiting in the wings for head coach Neil Bhattacharjee. Silva just able to clear it out of danger. Coleth forward to McGrath. McGrath able to open onto the far side. It's going to be a foot race down the far wing. Making her way to the box is Freeman. Freeman, a heavy touch trying to settle, and Binghamton just will push it out via Baker to get a throw in for GW. As subs coming for both sides, and now Mockenhomp will depart. So all 10 field players coming on via substitution.
Replacing number 2, Megan Baker. Substitution for George Washington. Number 11, Maya Goodison, replacing number 12, Maggie Mockenhop.
Maya Goodison into the game. Senior from Wolverine Lake, Michigan. Williams, I beg your pardon, will corral possession and look to reset for Binghamton as we go to the final 10 here of the first 45. 2-0 lead for the visitors. And of course, in the early going in non-conference, you're looking to get your players experience on the pitch, as we've seen a complete new field 10 out there for GW. Lumpy stays in net. Cool, calm, and collected there was Lumpy with Schianti pressuring. Cudipetro. Near side for Cruz. Freeman for Addie Verndon, the sophomore from Chesterfield, VA. And they'll work from the back line. Goodison once again. Tries to push it forward. McGrath was not there. They're looking to outlet for Sophia Miller. Calmly played off her boot by Cudipetro. And GW will get pressured and put the ball out of touch, and another sub coming on, as we'll see now for both sides.
Substitution for Binghamton. Number 9, Bella Brown, replacing number 6, 16, Alex Marsteller. Substitution for George Washington. Number 9, Kalia Cow, replacing number 26, Sayla Cole.
Kalia Cow, the freshman, into the game from Irvine, California. So we go under 8 to go here in the first half. And GW misplays the clearance attempt. It'll be a corner kick now on the opposite side for Binghamton. Their third of the afternoon, as they'll park Sophia Miller in front of Lumpy and net. Martillo rotating around the box. Lumpy able to just get a hand and look to clear it. The shot is high and well off the mark. It'll be a goal kick, and GW will look to relieve some pressure and try to find some offensive momentum. Only 2 shots, and they're still looking for their first shot on goal on Caitlin Williams. Cruz into the middle for Vigran. Now Goodison. And now applying pressure there was Martillo. The ball played forward was blocked. It'll be GW possession as the front line for the Bearcats applying pressure to this GW back line. Again, it's all subs on, so chemistry still being built. Whistle blown, and it's going to be, looks like a handball called. It'll be a free kick for GW. Cruz to take the free kick. They pushed a lot of bodies forward. Cruz. Cow looking to settle. And this will get a throw in for GW. So we go to the final 5 of the first 90. McGrath, 1v4, comes away with it, looks to cross in front, and a whistle blown. Binghamton possession. So the Bearcats will reset. They've only made 3 substitutions so far. Again, their season opener here this afternoon, looking to snap a 3-game losing streak in season openers. Herber on the far side. Plays it forward on the run for Martillo. Goodison there defensively. And this will draw a corner kick once again for Binghamton. Free header taken towards net, and Lumpy will come out to corral it. As she surveys her options, and the GW field players go back out to push forward. Booted towards midfield. It's headed out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for the Revolutionaries, looking to build momentum here and try to find the back of the net in the final 3 minutes. Ligren. Back for Goodison. Ligren to Kudapetro. As Kudapetro surveys options, pushes it forward for McGrath. Charging out Williams. And Williams gets there just ahead to get the throw-in. GW still trying to push forward here. Cross is intercepted calmly by Martillo, who's been very active since coming off the bench. Push back to Williams from Garofalo. Ball roll out for a throw-in for the Revolutionaries with 90 seconds left here in the first half. Burnham switches it forward, and Freeman won't be able to get to it as Williams will get there well ahead.
Remaining in the half. 1 minute.
Final 60 seconds of the first 45. Silva. Miller. 1v1 on the far side with Cruz. Good interlapping run from Buckwalter. Cross in front, it's booted clear by Rose Vigran. We go to the final 10 seconds here, and it looks like it'll be pushed out. I don't know if Binghamton's going to have enough time to take the corner. They'll heave it towards net, and that will do it for the first 45 minutes of action here in our nation's cap. As it looks like, we'll get confirmation, but Binghamton may have switched keepers. Garofalo will start with it, and they'll play it immediately forward. It goes to the boot of Cunningham. Lumpy. It is Kessler in net now. They have their starting 11 out from earlier, with Kessler in net replacing Williams after 45 minutes of work. The sophomore from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Had one appearance last season against Lemoyne in a freshman campaign. Two-time All-State selection, and it's Binghamton on the offense early. They'll push down the far side. Caldwell stays defensively but loses her mark. Ball crossed into the box. Second chance cleared. Third chance is pushed wide. An errant clearance into the middle of the 18 forces a shot wide from Binghamton. And it's off the boot of Mackenzie Ryder. Played back to Lumpy. So throw in to come from Baker on the near side. As that ball will roll out, it'll be a throw in for
Starting the second half
for Binghamton.
Anna Mimas, Anna Buckwalter, Brooke Herbert, Alex Marstella.
Luke opens wide, pushing forward. Buckwalter with a brace. And a highlight reel one at that. And it's a 3-0 lead. How about that from the freshman on debut? A brace for Buckwalter. And it's a 3-0 lead. And they're looking to add more here. Ryder opens wide for Clark. Clark goes inside out on Caldwell. The cross. Caldwell gets a touch, and it'll be a corner kick.
Alexa Minor, Alessio Window, Caitlin Cunningham, Amelia Booth, Sophia Brose.
So corner kick coming. Ryder in the box. It's headed clear. Booth trying to turn and push away with it. Can Booth get the second touch, but applies pressure all the way? They'll drop it all the way back to Kessler. Good pressure from Booth, trying to activate forward and get a counter going, but standing in the way was Mars Teller, one of the captains for this Binghamton squad. And much like the start of the first half, pitch is tilted in their favor. Kelly trying to get away from pressure. Window there to help. Window leading this team in minutes last season. Senior out of Manchester. Kessler will reset. Just over the head of Buckwalter, sitting on a hat trick. That'd be quite the debut. See if Jimmy can try and get in some sort of rhythm here in this early part of the second half. They played pretty well in the first half. Long ball opened onto the near side for Mimas. Danger as a facilitator for offense. And now it's open for Booth. Pushes forward for Braz. And didn't get enough of a touch to activate Kelly. That one sniffed out calmly by Brooke Herbert, wearing one of the two captain's armbands. Ryder settles. Paige Luke looking for space. Back for Baker. And Baker outlets forward, but nobody home. Resetting defensively, Julia Bilal. Prentice had the best opportunity of the first half for this GW side. Loses possession. Booth pressures and forces Herbert to play it back for Kessler and net. Braz applies good pressure. And it'll be Binghamton possession. Opens for Window. Window pushes it wide. This is Lauren. Prentice shot blocked and will draw the corner. And a corner kick for GW. They've only had one this afternoon. This will be their second. It'll be Caldwell to take it. Kelly parked in front, line drive ball. And it's going to drop. Window turns it back for Boz, who will push it wide, looking for Prentice now on the right side. Prentice swings a line drive. Herber's there. And it'll be a throw-in for GW. And good pressure applied by Mimis, which will end in another throw-in. Cunningham. Forward for Window. Window trying to turn the corner. The ground ball cross is cleared once again. And GW building momentum. And looked like Mimas in there with Baker. It's going to be a handball call and a free kick coming. Almost from the corner spot. Booth to take it. Booth, back post. It's headed out of danger. Caldwell will keep the pressure on, and it's miscommunication, but it'll drop all the way back to Bilal, who will swing it for Maggie Mockenhop. Outletting on the near side. Booth able to settle it down with options in the box. Booth looking to cross, and a good tackle there defensively to keep the ball in play and avoid giving up the corner kick. That coming from Herbert. Paige Luke once again. And it's turned over. Kelly pushing forward, outletting Booth, has Window in the box. Played in, this is Alicia Window, shot block. Second chance is chipped, still loose, open, net block. Second chance, Prentice! Opens the scoring for the Revolutionaries here. Helter Skelter play in front, but GW has their first goal of the afternoon. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Revolutionaries. A goal for Lauren Prentice.
Washington goal, scored by number 8, Lauren Prentice.
And now a 3-1 game. And now GW offensively pushing forward. Booth with a run, looking for space. It'll drop for Window. Mockenhop Gets it back from her defensive center back partner in Malal. Hard slide tackle in from Ryder to get it away from Cunningham. Foul called. This will be on Alexa Minen. Free kick for Binghamton. A goal for Lauren Prentice in the 55th minute makes it a 3-1 game. And now GW looking to push forward once again. Kelly gets it to Window. Chops back for Sophia Braz. Minen. Booth being really active, trying to find space. Help facilitate offense. Buckwalter with a brace. Forward now for Paige Luke. Offsides is the call. For Prentice, that's her 4th goal. 56th game played, 19th start for the grad student out of Tampa, Florida. And GW will draw a free kick. Mockenhop opens for Booth, who's challenging Baker. And good pressure from Booth. This will draw a throw-in. Yeah, it'll be a throw-in deep in the corner. Kelly gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham rotates. Cunningham towards net. It's off the crossbar. Prentice the header in front. Window's there. Oh, it's offside. Just a hair offside was Alicia Window would have made it a 3-2 game, but it stays 3-1 and a goal kick for Binghamton, but GW applying pressure. As now the Revolutionaries have a sub getting ready in the wings along with Binghamton. As that comes up towards the broadcast area. Got these mitts ready for that one. It's only game 2. More importantly, all the gear's safe. So throw-in coming for Binghamton. Foul called on Kelly.
Number 24, Devin Lillis, replacing number 19, Allison Falvo. Substitution for George Washington. In the 55th minute, number 18, Elizabeth Cruz, replacing number 6, Alex Caldwell. And 3 new subs.
Get our first look at Devin Lillis, the junior out of West Sayville, New York, into the contest. Herber on the free kick. It's in the box, and a good job just heading it clear. There was a hard runner in. Battle inside the 18. It's an errant clearance by Bros. It'll be a corner kick for Binghamton. So 3 subs waiting to come in for the Revolutionaries. They'll run a short corner, and it's booted clear. Mars Teller will keep it in play. Racing down the wing, Baker. Unable to get there, it'll be a goal kick, and the subs to come on for GW. Coming off will be Prentice, Cunningham, and Minen.
George Washington in the 63rd minute. Number 23, Kelly Poole, replacing number 8, Lauren Prentice. Number 7, Annie Verdin, replacing number 22, Caitlin Cunningham. And number 5, Rose Vibrant, replacing number 17, Alexa Minen.
So throw in coming deep in the final third for Binghamton, but GW able to sniff it out. Kelly on the turn on the far side. It's played behind window. Booth pressuring, and they're able to calmly get it away was Herber. Offsides on the run was Mimis. Just under a half hour to go here. It's a 3-1 lead for Binghamton. Dante Verme here with you, so happy you could join us on ESPN+. And as always, a shout out to our fantastic production crew under the command of the man known as Josh Cronwell. Good ball pushed forward, a slide tackle away. Ref says play on. As we'll get a whistle. Slow to get up is Sophia Garofalo on the challenge from Kelly as they pushed forward offensively. So waiting to see if they're going to call the trainer on, but able to get up under her own power is the Aberdeen, New Jersey native, Sophia Garofalo. So we'll reset with a GW throw-in. Verdin nearby along with Booth. And GW will work it down the far side. Able to get another throw in. Booth feeds it forward for Bros. Cross in front, and she just ran out of real estate before pushing the ball towards net. Looks like it would have been offside, so. And they'll play it back to Kessler. Garofalo pushes it forward. Backtracking Malal will head it the other way. After contact with Mackenzie Ryder. Red cross onto the near side. Mimas, 1v2. Mimas looking for the lane. Puts it towards net. And the bouncing shot into the arms of Ainsley Lumpy. GW's picked things up here offensively with 6 shots in this second half, still being outshot 11-8. But both shots on goal they've had have been here in the second half of action. Mars Teller. Lillis was activating wide to her right. They'll push it forward. This is a good ball played in. Sophia Miller on the run. Miller swings it with the left foot. It's booted away calmly. Window can't keep it away. Fancy footwork from Mars Teller. Forward for Baker. Shot blocked. Back as far as Mars Teller to Herber. This is onside. Outletted forward. Buckwalter looking for the hat trick. It's booted away by Mockenhump. As more subs look like being set to come in for GW. One of them appears to be Kate McGrath and Hope Cudipetro. Foul called. It'll be a free kick for GW. Revolutionaries pushing forward, and the shot taken well from distance by Cruz. It's on target, and a save made by Kessler. On the turn, Buckwalter will open it wide. They're trying to get those runners through on the crosses, as that will go across the street and bounce back behind the bench enclosure. Of course, you see across the street the portion of the Mount Vernon campus. A lot of the freshmen who are starting to move in for the fall semester take residency here on the Mount Vernon campus, about 5 or so miles away from the main campus in Foggy Bottom, in the heart of the nation's capital, just a few blocks away from the White House on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Of course, also housed here athletics-wise is the softball program. No handball there. It's played off the shoulder. And Mockenhop under pressure plays it back for Lumpy. Poole for Baker. And Baker 1v2 just electing to push it out, and GW will get a throw in and substitutions coming on.
For George Washington in the 70th minute.
Kelly and Bilal will come off for McGrath and Cudipetro.
Replacing Julia Bilal. And number 14, Kate McGrath, replacing number 4, Isabella Kelly.
McGrath almost gets her first touch. She came on as a sub in the first half, played 21 minutes. Looking for a similar shift here in the second. That will roll out. And substitutions to come on, and looks like Amelia Booth will come off along with Window. Both very impressive showings here this afternoon. And Prentice will come back on after getting a breather.
Number 25, Amelia Booth. Number 17, Alexa Minen, replacing number 20, Alicia Window.
And Minen as well. McGrath chips it forward. Minen, fresh off the bench, has Prentice with her. Calmly there defensively is Herber. And that will take us to our hydration break, our final stoppage with 2019 to go. We'll step aside and come back with the conclusion of GW and Binghamton. Revolutionaries trying to rally. Binghamton looking for their first win of the season.
Raise high, revolutionaries. This is our calling. For more than 200 years, in the heart of the nation's capital, the George Washington University has produced leaders on the global stage. At GW, we are advancing knowledge, serving society, and making an impact. We shape the future. So rev up. Expand your world. Ignite your passion. Strive for success. Together, we raise high.
Chance here. Coleman's got it. She shoots. She scores!
And we're back after the hydration break. We'll get set for the final 2019 of this one. You can see the confidence GW starting to build as they've been moving forward in this game. Of course, Binghamton up 3-0 at one point. Lauren Prentice with her first of the season, make it a 3-1 game. Anna Buckwalter in her collegiate debut with a brace sitting on a hat trick. We'll resume play with a GW throw-in deep in the final third on the opposite side of the pitch. I'm going to have to reset the clock. As Binghamton will make their substitution.
Binghamton in the 71st minute. Number 14, Isabella Martillo, replacing number 26, Lauren Clark.
Martillo had 13 minutes of play in that first half in which she was very active in the midfield. GW looking to get possession back. Long ball pushed forward using the legs as Ryder gets past Kudapetro. Ryder against Cruz. Opens for Sophia Miller. Miller plays it into the middle, nobody home. The ground ball clearance will get as far as Baker. Baker very active on that left wing. Or left back position, I should say, getting active in the offense. McGrath. I think if they're able to get the ball in the box, they can use her height to their advantage with the Revolutionaries at 5'10". Sent back for Allison Favlo. Poole battling along the far side. Retreats back for Vigran. Verdun, foul called after a good arm-in-arm battle and a free kick for GW. Mackenzie Ryder, the guilty party. Poole pushes forward looking for McGrath. And they'll elect to just go back to Rebecca Kessler in net. Coming in for Caitlin Williams after a strong first 45 for Williams. Only faced 2 shots. Whistle blown, free kick for GW, and you can hear from this side of the pitch, Neil Bhattacharjee not happy with that call. Bhattacharjee in his 9th season at the helm, 63, 49, and 24 mark for this coach, as he was familiar with GW, spent time as a coach on this GW side along with Syracuse and Boston College. Reached the College Cup semifinal with Boston College. And was an associate coach here with the Revolutionaries from 2006 to 2008. So a homecoming of sorts. That was his first coaching job. And has spent time with the national team. Goalkeeper coach for the under-21 women's national team side, getting to work alongside former U.S. national women's team coach Jill Ellis. And a corner kick coming here for Binghamton once again. Line drive ball. Center of the box, it's touched loose in front. And just able to clear it out of a hard charging Herber was the Revolutionaries' defense. As we approach the final quarter hour, 3-1 lead for Binghamton. Another substitution coming on for GW. And 2 more subs coming, 1 for each side. As Binghamton will reset, it looks like this will be a throw-in, and it will. Poole there defensively, along with Caldwell. And it's pushed behind the net of Ainsley Lumpy. It'll be a goal kick.
26 for 5, so 4 total. Substitution in the 75th minute for George Washington. Number 22, Caitlin Cunningham replaces number 7, Addie Verdin.
Lumpy for Caldwell.
For George Washington, number 6, Alex Caldwell replaces number 18, Elizabeth Cruz. And for Binghamton, number 29,
Cunningham loses possession. Martillo there.
and number 26, Lauren Clark replaces number 5.
On the turn, Bros. Looking for McGrath. Can't keep possession away from Herber. McGrath giving chase, but calmly playing it away was Herber. Prentice, McGrath's got Kessler robbing him out. You can chip it towards net, and a great save from Kessler. And with the goalkeeper way off their line like that, you have an opportunity to try and chip it up and over, but McGrath with a shot on target and a save from Kessler, and a big one at that to keep this a 2-goal deficit for the Revolutionaries. Corner kick coming. Only their third of the afternoon. McGrath in the box at 5'10". Let's see if they use their heart here. They will. Ball drops all the way back. Cunningham opens wide once again. Caldwell looking to cross. Caldwell pushes it into the box. McGrath is there. It's chipped up. It's in. It's a goal. It looks like it might be an own goal as it's put in by one of the Bearcats. Vigren got the touch to put it in, and it's a 3-2 game.
Washington goal scored by number 5, Rose Vigren, assisted by number 6, Alex Caldwell.
So it's a 3-2 game now with 13:30 to go. And just like that, Kelly comes into the game. It's now a 3-2 game with plenty of time to work for GW, looking to rally. Down 3-0 at one point. And 2 second-half goals have GW in business. Vigren now with possession, the goal scorer from the last one. Looks like she barely got a touch. There was a quartet of Bearcats nearby. From our angle, looked like it could have been pushed in by one of them, but Vigren gets the touch to put it in off the corner. And now let's see what GW can do here in this final stretch of the game. Looking to tie and get this Binghamton team on their heels. Again, Binghamton has not won their opening contest in the last 3 years. They were sitting pretty after the first 45. But now with some tense moments. Cunningham on the turn with acres of space to push forward. Prentice stays onside. And we'll get possession. Prentice down the wing, has options towards the box. She'll chip it towards net. It's going to go up and over. Hits Twine, but it's on top of the net instead of in. It'll be a goal kick. Had Kelly pushing towards the box as well. Looks like Coach Williams giving some instructions to subs. Curtipetro into the middle for Cunningham, who's been very active with her time on the pitch. Opens for Bros. Sophia Bros marked all the way by Mimas. Back for Mockenhump and now Lumpy. I mean, a 3-2 game with momentum definitely in your favor. Why not have a go for at least a tie, if not more? Kelly give and go beautifully, but a heavy touch on the run from Caldwell. And that contact will draw a free kick for Binghamton as they have been under siege in the last 10 minutes or so. So 3 total subs waiting to come in. Window is one of them, along with McGrath. And the subs will come on. So on the Vigren goal, Caldwell gets her first collegiate point on the assist. Yeah, for Vigren, a goal and an assist so far this season. Assisted on the Celia Koeth goal against American on Thursday in the season opener.
Substitutions in the 80th minute for George Washington. Number 14, Kate McGrath, replacing number 12, Maggie Mockenhop. Number 20, Alicia Window, replacing number 5, Rose Vigren.
So they're going to go with an interesting look. Kelly on the turn, drops it for McGrath. McGrath chips it forward. Prentice, oh, what a save! But the play was offsides. So Mockenhop coming off, one of the center backs. Window kind of can float and play anywhere on the pitch, and McGrath is center forward. Looks like the layout right now a 3-3-2-2. So Coach Jeremy Williams definitely sensing the opportunity and will at least try to go for the draw. So we go to the final 10 minutes. Again, new rules implemented a few years ago. If we're tied after 90, the game will end in a draw. Used to go with 2 10-minute overtime periods. And if somebody scored in those periods in the regular season, the OT GWG would end the game. But if nobody scored, we would end after 110 minutes with a draw. But now we will just go 90 no matter what. Throw in for GW. Kelly sits center forward, McGrath on the right wing, and Kelly Poole on the left. Baker pressured by Window. Drops it back to Herber, who just does her best to force GW to have to work from farther up in their own end to get some offense going. Another sub. Caldwell will come off. Bilal will come on. Buckwalter off. A brace in her collegiate debut for Martillo. So it looks like Bhattacharjee will go with a little bit more of a defensive look here, looking to preserve an opening day win for this Binghamton squad. Luke. Petro will play it forward. Pass is intercepted by Herber. And they'll get it back to Lumpy, who will settle it down and look for options. 8:43 and counting. Cunningham just forced to push it out. They'll open for Prentice. And that ball is played behind her, looking to try and get it in front on her. This team still trying to figure things out. Only game 2 for the Revolutionaries. Game 1 for the Bearcats. Kelly can't fight her way through 1v3. Ref says play on. This is Mimas. Goal and an assist so far with 4 shots. And Lumpy has it, and Binghamton just holding this GW team at midfield, keeping them in their own end. They're trying to stretch things out here in the final 7 minutes. Headed up and out by Paige Luke. Luke's played 75 minutes so far this afternoon. Mimas and Herbert, the only 2 that have been on for the full 80 plus so far. Pass intercepted by Sophia Miller. Has Minen with her down the far side. Could be looking to just eat into this clock. And the pass taken away. Revolutionaries will try and push the other way quickly. McGrath settles, plays it back. Minen chips it forward. Kelly there waiting for service along with Poole. And Binghamton just elects to push GW back to work the full pitch. Lumpy comes well out of the 18 to get it. And we'll go to Kutapetro. You can sense the urgency building. A game that was 3-0, it's now 3-2 with GW with momentum. Ball pushed forward just a touch ahead of McGrath. Coming way out to get it is Kessler, waving off Alison Favo. You think GW is going to get one more really good chance before we hit 90. Prentice chips it up. McGrath has the height advantage. Waits for the second ball. Window there as well. Opened wide for Miller. And all Miller can do is just force it out. Hounded by this GW defense. Foul and a free kick for the Revolutionaries. Free kick from just beyond midfield. It's played forward on the ground for Poole with space. Poole down the wing. And we'll just run out of real estate. Good defense from Binghamton. It'll draw a goal kick. Get a stoppage with 4:54 to go after some hard contact down the far side. That ball is pushed up and out. It'll be Binghamton possession. You got to give credit to Coach Jeremy Williams and his crew keeping their composure after a rough first half, going down 3-0. 2-0 in the first half, and then a quick goal to start the second. And here come the Revolutionaries with numbers in the box. Kelly, Prentice, along with McGrath. Good cross. McGrath is there. Oh! Couldn't get the touch on it. Had a wide open goal to put it home. And that may have been the chance. As the whistle blown with 3:57 to go. Oh, a beautiful cross. And McGrath just couldn't get a touch on it to tie this game. Tries to chip it forward, looking for Minen. Able to clear it is Baker. Bros. And it's chipped up and out by Favo. 3:36 and counting. Cunningham. For Window. This was a 3-0 game in the 48th minute. GW's rallied with 2, looking for the equalizer late. And a great effort there from Lillis to just force GW to have to work from even farther back to get another chance on Kessler in goal. McGrath trying to turn and let the ball through. Herbert calmly will put it out. Final 3 minutes here in the nation's capital. Headed out by Baker, just worked their way down the near side. And we'll get a stoppage here from Michael Gorsinger. Give GW a few seconds after it looked like Baker was trying to waste a little time. They'll work their way down the near side. Final 2 minutes, McGrath. And wisely lets that go. It's misplayed by Binghamton. It'll be a corner kick for GW. This is what helped led to their goal. So corner kicks have been a problem for Binghamton. Line drive ball forward. Cudipetro settles. Drops it back once again. Prentice, another line drive ball. This is booted up. Will stay in play on the spin. Opens for Cunningham, 100 seconds to go. Pushes it wide, good ball for Prentice. Another cross coming into the box, and it's taken by Kessler on the ground. Maybe wanted to try and put that a little bit more in the air with the options you had, pushing towards the net. Tesfa's going to try and take as much time as possible off this clock. And a misplay from Mimas. Prentice Bros mistouches.
1 minute remaining.
As we're into the 90th minute. Kuda Petro. Oh, it's misplayed wide. Miller giving chase in a good battle with Bilal. It'll be Binghamton possession, and they're in no hurry to play this ball in. "36 seconds and counting, able to waste about 15 seconds or so. Foul called, pretty obvious jersey tug, and it'll be GW possession. We'll get a stoppage of the clock here with 26 seconds left. One last heave forward for GW, and racing to get it, track it down is Prentice. Pushes it forward for Kelly. Kelly with good footwork will get dispossessed by Marsteller. It gets past Bros, and it's going to be one last chance for GW. Will they have enough to heave it in? It's thrown down the line for McGrath and headed out, and the GW rally will fall just short here this afternoon as Binghamton will win their first